After a dramatic Game 82 overtime finish against the Warriors, closing their season on an 18-3 tear, the Clippers avoided the play-in and took the valuable 5 seed in the West. Meanwhile, the Denver Nuggets, despite a wobbly finish, locked down the West's number 4 seed with a clutch final day win to cap off a 3-game win streak, setting up a potentially classic matchup between the two most consistent franchises since 2016. This series pits Denver's Jokic-centric 5th-ranked offense against LA's smothering 4th-ranked defense. In their 4 matchups during the regular season, each team took 2 games. In a shocking ending to the season, with just 3 games remaining, Denver fired their GM Calvin Booth and their head coach Michael Malone. And to take over those final games and the playoffs, interim coach David Adelman stepped into the position. Adelman has been an assistant in Denver since 2017, and he immediately has some massive challenges to consider. For example, containing LA's big 3. Can Adelman craft schemes to slow Harden's playmaking, Leonard's isolation, and Powell's off-ball movement? Not to mention, Zubac has been one of the most improved players this year. Then there's Russell Westbrook. Can they leverage Russ's frantic energy without destabilizing rotations? And maybe the biggest mystery to figure out is the non-Jokic minutes, trying to prevent collapse during the bench lineups. Adelman's adjustments could make or break Denver in this series. With Kawhi Leonard finally healthy, playing 21 of the last 25 games, LA's offense morphed into something dangerous. Their 123.6 offensive rating with Leonard post-All-Star break would have topped the league. And although he was absent from all regular season Nuggets matchups, expect Leonard to hunt mismatches away from Aaron Gordon, leveraging his signature mid-range game to bend Denver's defense. Now, let's talk about a few X factors. Denver's non-Jokic minutes remain a glaring weakness for that team, with Clippers center Ivica Zubac patrolling the paint. The Nuggets bench must outperform their regular season woes to survive, but the real X factor running those minutes is Jamal Murray. Besides last year's matchup against the Wolves, Murray has rightfully earned the reputation of a playoff riser, averaging 26 points per game in 2 different playoff runs. Murray's ability to be the secondary star, especially when he's running the offense during Jokic's resting periods, will make all the difference for Denver in this series. For LA, their defensive wings in Dunn and Jones Jr. face a common playoff test. Teams are willing to ignore non-shooters. Denver's aggressive pick-and-roll schemes will leave them open on the weak side often. If they hit even 35% of those looks, it forces Denver to respect spacing, fully unlocking Leonard and Harden isolations. It's a similar situation to Dallas last year, where Derrick Jones Jr. became a 37% three-point shooter, opening up the floor for Luka and Kyrie. The non-shooters can be the difference for the Clippers in this series. Now, let's look at an interesting number. The number is 9.8. The Clippers finished 13-1 at home down the stretch, outscoring opponents by a plus 9.8 per 100 at the Intuit Dome. Contrast that with Denver's okay plus 5.4 home net rating. If LA steals one of the first 2 games in Denver, the home court advantage in LA seems like a major positive for the Clippers. And finally, let's move on to the prediction. Much of this series hinges on adaptability. Can Adelman provide some mystery and outperform Ty Lue's playoff-tested adjustments? Will Denver's role players rise when Jokic rests? And does Kawhi Leonard, with his 63.3% true shooting playoff resume, still have another gear? I'm not sure about the answer to any of those questions, but what I am sure of is Nikola Jokic. Denver's path to victory begins and ends with Jokic, a 3-time MVP who remains the NBA's most unguardable offensive engine. While the Clippers' defense ranked among the league's elite, no scheme has consistently solved the Serbian center's blend of post-scoring, elbow playmaking, and absurd efficiency. In their 4 regular season meetings, Jokic averaged 26.8 points, 12.5 rebounds, and 8.3 assists, despite frequent double teams. Denver's offense operated at a blistering 122.3 rating against LA. The dismissal of Michael Malone, while risky, could inject urgency in a Nuggets core that's grown comfortable under his tenure. Interim coach David Adelman brings a fresh voice to the team that's faced recent playoff stagnation. In some ways, both coach and player have nothing to lose when it comes to expectation, but at the same time, Adelman is applying for a full-time job here, and every player not named Nikola Jokic is proving their worth with rumors of big offseason moves lingering. The Nuggets core has survived 6 consecutive postseasons, including a 2023 finals run. Compare that to the Clippers' injury-plagued playoff resume. Leonard has missed 45% of possible playoff games since joining LA. Denver thrives in high-leverage moments, boasting a plus 12.2 net rating in clutch games, compared to LA's middling plus 3.4. When the game slows to a half-court grind, a playoff inevitability, Jokic's IQ and Jamal Murray's fourth-quarter heroics become unmatchable advantages for Denver. While the Clippers' late-season offensive surge is impressive, Denver's defense will have to play with higher effort. Look for the Nuggets to blitz Harden on pick and rolls and force players like Jones Jr. and Dunn to beat them from the perimeter. Aaron Gordon will likely be the primary defender on Leonard, seeking to limit Kawhi's preferred mid-range spots. The Nuggets' championship DNA, Jokic's historic talent, and a hunger to prove the front office doubters wrong will have to overcome the Clippers' late-season momentum. I'm expecting a playoff battle here in the first round, with either team capable of moving on. The Clippers are the betting favorite to win the series, and for good reason. Maybe it's personal bias, but I have a hard time picking against the best player in the world. Let me know what you think in the comments, and thanks for watching Sports Pantheon.